Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour, episode 5, with Emilio Urrutia, the Honey Badger himself, our man JP the Suit Mestanza, and everybody. We got our first special guest. We got a lot going on right now.
Yeah,
I got a lot to inhale right now.
It's a lot of firsts.
There's a lot of firsts.
A lot of firsts in one go.
But also, ladies and gentlemen, most importantly, our first guest of the Honey Badger Hour, the one and only, the WBC Bangla champ, the reggae bar, defending and reigning and newly crowned White Room champion, Andrew Woodman Wood.
Hey, yo, guys.
Woo!
Thanks for having me.
How do you feel being our first?
Well, it's always nice to be the first, isn't it? Quite a special welcome in there, considering I've known you guys for about 10 years, but yeah, it's all good. What's cracking?
Boys, this is an exciting one. All right, guys, just so you understand what's popping here, not only do we got our first guest, we got new everything. We're fucking leveled up, baby.
Yeah, this is a nice little setup I've walked into.
We just upgraded.
But JP's job just got a whole lot harder. Because I was like, for me to say.
It works 60 hours anyway. Might as well give him another fucking 10.
Because I was like a caveman. I would have been a caveman right now, putting together the plugs like sticks like this, trying to connect this stuff. So we got a whole legit operation. We got a whole new system to learn here.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if we're going to do this room. So guys, don't get
too attached to the surroundings.
Don't get too attached.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we have been on a little bit of a hiatus, but one of the reasons why we have been on a hiatus is because me and the Big Woodman had the privilege and honor to go to NZ, as they would say on this side of the world. We was up in New Zealand to watch the lads, high fives all around, to watch the lads absolutely smash it up in UFC Fight Night Auckland.
Fuck yeah.
That was crazy. And what better way to recap the trip than to having our first guest, the Big Wood, on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Did you make it over here all right? You knew the directions fine? You've been here before.
This ain't my first rodeo.
How about our neighbors?
Yeah, I like the neighbors. I'm thinking
Is
of
this the
nipping out
neighborhood or
afterwards.
what?
Nipping out afterwards and just getting legless like all of them.
So Monday through Friday, anytime after 6 o'clock, you know where there's a party going to be at.
Mm-hmm.
It's right next to our house, guys. We got the best neighbors in the world. I don't know what they do for work, but they get smash and party and barbecue all day long.
There's just some random woman out there with a microphone as well.
Yes.
Singing.
And they bust out the karaoke.
They're in the little
Just in a
corner.
little
Yeah.
shop. Awesome.
And we also bought beers there at 9 o'clock at night, which is nice that we have a little spot.
Perfect.
Picked up some brewskis.
Come on, we are in Thailand.
For the podcasty. Yeah. But
this ain't New Zealand, bro. Where every fucking thing shuts at 9. Fuck.
I heard about that.
What?
You can't get anything. You can't get anything past what time? 7?
Oh, I don't know what time it was, but it was always the time that we needed it. That's for sure. Well,
yo. Hey, all right. So this is pretty coincidental, right? So, all right, Woody, how long you been training in Thailand for?
so my first trip was 2005, but I only came for like 6 months then, I think it was. Just to train Muay Thai, and then there was actually MMA at Tiger just starting out, but it was literally fucking an office, 2 rings and 1 shitty little small cage that they all trained in, and then I left there, went back home, did my shit, played rugby, whatever else, and then made it back in 2010, and then from there I've pretty much been a stalwart of Tiger. So yeah, it's been an exciting trip. It's fucking nearly 10 years, people. Yeah.
And all right, and what do you do in Tiger right now? What do you do at Tiger right now? What are you doing right now in Thailand?
So right now I'm strictly kind of 1-to-1 because we're sorting out visas, etc. So I hope there's no Thai government officials listening to this. Which I don't think there will be, but we're good.
We should be all right. We should be all right. We should be all right
with this.
We should be clear.
But yeah, just 1-to-1s with like a load of fighters. I've been pretty good to be able to build up a good reputation. And so the people I've trained before have always stuck by me, etc. And I get new people from them and whatever else. So yeah, busy at the moment. And obviously with the UFC fucking opening up their roster to a lot of people. It wasn't like back in the day. There's so many shows and stuff now. Like so many people are in the UFC now.
Now you've been training UFC fighters for a long time now, right?
Yeah.
Now, man, you've had a pretty large staple of athletes, huh?
Yeah, loads.
Coming along from training from training and doing conditioning over the years and everything this, right? Damn, and that's actually so that kind of brings us along to where we just ended up in New Zealand. When we were in New Zealand, you were there with Brad. You had Brad. If you guys don't know, Brad Riddell, he just fought in UFC Auckland this weekend with all the boys. We've been talking about it for a little bit. Yeah. We had Kai Kara France, okay, who you've also been training with for a long time, right? You have a lot of personal experience with.
Yeah.
And then we also have Brad Riddell on the card, and as well as Dan Hooker. So that's probably and Loma Lumbokni. And you also had Zubera Togtov, who you've been working also with for a long time, man.
Yeah.
When I first came in 2013, he was already one of your staple fighters, and I remember seeing you guys working together for a long time,
him
man.
And Merbek. So they just literally got into the UFC then. Him and Zub through Roger. I think I trained. I think Zub had just got in. I'm not sure if they got in at the same time. I'm pretty sure they did, but I know Merbek had one last fight to do for M1, I think it was back then, M1 Global. So I trained him for that last one, and then they were both then in the UFC. I think Zub's first fight was in Brazil against Douglas St. Andre, I think it was. And then Merbek's first one was in Singapore.
Wow.
So a long time.
A long time. So you've seen the UFC through a lot of different generations and reigns,
for sure,
huh?
Yeah. And obviously as a fan, like fucking, like we all were, like watching Chuck and whoever else, and back in the day.
Wow.
So.
And then it comes full circle this weekend, and we end up having you've been working with Loma for how long now? Coming up to these UFC fights, you did the strength and conditioning for her whole camp, correct?
Yeah.
Since she's been training, actually, right?
Since she's been training, so obviously George came to me, and said, "Hey, we've got this Thai girl. She's an absolute talent. She's I totally believe in her. Obviously she's low on cash, whatever else. Can you help her?" And I was like, yeah, I'll help her, no worries, like I'll help anybody. So we started training, and this was just her getting in Invicta, or I think prior to Invicta or whatever else, and then she got into Invicta, and then obviously moved on to UFC. But I've been training with her the whole time, and it was first I paired her up with Mallory Martin, so obviously Mallory's now in the UFC too.
Oh my gosh, there's another one. Another one, dog.
So
Bam.
So it's awesome to see them both there. And Loma is they both have obviously come on leaps and bounds. Loma, because she obviously got signed to UFC, they didn't have her division that she was fighting in Invicta, so we've had to put a few kilos on her, which is quite hard for not only for a girl but also a Thai whose nutrition, let's say, is not kind of there. They don't quite understand, with the whole nutrition side of things and stuff like that. So it's changing that mindset of her, and she's had to eat shit that she doesn't really want to eat, but she's done it.
Because you got to make it. To have a Thai person eat anything besides, it's not because that's what.
Pad Kapow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? Because people don't. I don't think the rest of the world understands that. Like, I think it's kind of laughable when you go back and you see you go in the West or whatever, or not, just people that are not from the Muay Thai culture, and you see how strict these athletes are about their diets and when they eat and with the food and stuff like that, and you see they're so mind stricken on what they're gonna do and how they're gonna perform. But you 100%. See Lumpini champions in Thailand, and they don't they're like, yo, listen, I eat pad Kapow every night before I go to sleep with 37 chilies and some somtam. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna change that shit up. They're gonna eat that same shit, even more 100%. Chilies. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be even hard. I can only imagine even harder explaining to a Thai girl. You know what I'm saying? She gotta eat her greens, extra protein, or just.
I mean, it was all about putting weight on her. She was quite small for the division, so we've got to put up some size on her. So prior to obviously signing the UFC, we were just getting her used to lifting. She'd never lifted before, which is a common thing again for a lot of kickboxers and Muay Thai. Striking, yeah. Right? I mean, a lot's changing now. Obviously, strength and conditioning is coming a lot more mainstream and stuff. But definitely in the Thai culture, they don't lift. They might do some walking arm curls or something like that. But besides that, they fuck all. So it's like,
well, the 10-pound jump ropes, that's the one thing they got,
So it's like, got to change that mindset again. And obviously, it's good that she invested her confidence in me as well, because it's a two-way street. It's not just, we all believed in Loma, but she has to believe in the coaches as well, and she's just got to trust completely in the coaches, because this is completely out of the norm for what she's ever been doing. So I had to stop her going on her fucking long runs, had to stop her doing all this shit, and it's like, we've got to change it all. You've got to eat this, you've got to get more protein in, we need to have you here, we need to be doing this. But she understands it now. She does understand it, and like, when I first took over, I had to help her do one pull-up, which is, not a lot of people can't do pull-ups, but she couldn't do a pull-up and whatever else. She had to do pull rows. Now she's banging out sets of 10 pull-ups. Her back's gone fucking big. She's gone solid. She's got big solid legs on her now.
Yeah, she looks like a just, you can see from her frame, she's got a little ass on her, like she's super plump right
solid.
now,
She was noticeably thicker in over the weekend.
Yeah. So which is good, which you want, but she's still a work in progress, She's still quite small for the division. So so again, she's wherever she is now. I think she's visiting home. So up north, and then when she comes back, we'll start again, and we'll keep building, and we'll keep building until she's at the right size. She actually had to cut weight for this one, whereas last time she pretty much didn't cut weight at all. And good thing about it is we had we'll give a shout out to the fight dietitian, the fucking dog, Jordan Sullivan. He's a ledge, and him and his team were over in Auckland helping Brad, and
they helped everybody out. They had everybody on full support, right?
Yeah, and they work for the UFC as well now, which is awesome.
Oh hell yeah!
So
it's good. So be a lot less fighters missing weight and over some stupid shit, So
it's awesome, and he helped Loma. He had all her meals for her the whole week, as he did with Brad and everyone else, and she cut weight so easy, and she did the water load. She didn't want to do it. She had to ring Francis secretly. George told me, because George was like, please, you got to drink this, and she was like, okay, oh P George, I have to go toilet. So she went to the toilet, and she actually phoned Francis, who's her like manager, whose shirt I'm wearing, by the way, Watana, which we'll go back to in a sec, but so she had to message Francis. Francis was like, no, please, you have to do it. And so she came back out and carried drinking water, and she did the water load, water cut, and she was like, oh, it worked, everything worked for her. She stepped on weight without any issues, whereas usually they'd have fucking whacked on the sauna suit and run in the fucking 40-degree heat,
yeah, doing like the old school way, just running and just throwing the sauna suit, and they stop drinking water sometimes,
That's it. Sometimes they don't drink all fucking week. It's like, you're gonna die, peeps.
So for training Loma, as an athlete who's actually trying to gain size and get stronger for the weight division, would it be different training routine for an athlete that has to lose weight and drop down a weight class, or maybe like lose some extra weight to get down to make weight? Is it going to be different?
Yeah.
Is it going to be different training routines or what's that? Or what would you do as strength and conditioning coach?
Massively different. I mean, so with Loma, obviously, without going into like loads of detail and shit and boring people, she obviously needed to put on size, so we need to work on hypertrophy, so muscle building basically.
Nice.
So it's a lot of volume, especially on women. Women respond slightly different to blokes. Excuse me. So we had to program that properly for her, and we programmed pretty much up to the fight, give or take. Obviously, we added power work in there as well with her, and obviously a few horrible cardio sessions, just to see that she was on point and where we needed her to be. But she responded really well, and people do, when they've not had that training background, their first kind of few times when they go into like cycles of lifting weights, they respond, the body responds, and it loves it as long as they're getting the right nutrients and shit. And hers did, and obviously she put on like 4 or 5 kilos.
Oh, and especially in the beginning, right? Like if it's something new, like your body eats it up. Like I remember when I first started lifting weights, they love it. They probably love it, right? Yeah, especially with the recovery and everything. Once you get past that sore stage where you're always sore, you do a session and like you can't, like maybe the first time you do squats,
man,
you can't fucking sit or take a shit for like a week or two.
You're fucked.
You're fucked. But if you do it every week for like about a couple months, you know what I'm saying? Then you'll get past that super sore stage where squats will be just like running or doing anything normal.
Yeah, man, your body adapts to everything.
Yeah, your body adapts to everything.
So obviously to answer the question, so she had to do that. But if someone was to drop down a weight class, and it'd probably be more long drawn out cardio. We'd still whack strength work in there, but it'd be low reps.
Yeah.
To make sure that they didn't build any muscle or anything like that. And So to be honest though, bro, it's a lot to do with diet as well. They need the right diet.
That's probably
because you can be fucking training all you want, and then if you're not putting in the right fuel or not sleeping or not recovering, either way, which way you're going, down or up a way, it's not going to work. You're just going to go stagnant. So. That's why a lot of people are employing these nutritionists now. It's so important, and also employing obviously people like me, S&C coaches, because again, it's important. Like you need a whole team behind you. You do now. Just like you've got a striking coach and a wrestling coach and jiu-jitsu coach and whatever else, you definitely need the nutritionist, and you definitely need the S&C.
Yeah, because what do they say? Fatigue makes cowards of us all. You know?
Mate, yeah.
And at the end of the day, like. So we can take, not to get, yeah, definitely. I definitely, like at the highest level, that's pretty much going to be, what do they say? Like, it's going to be, it's going to, when it comes down to that last couple percentages, it's going to be the guy who can push a little bit harder and operate
100%,
under the most, and it probably works universally too, like the more fit you are, the better you can take a punch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The more fit you are, the better you recover if you do get hurt.
Yeah.
The more fit you are, the better you can operate under like the most stressful conditions,
Yeah, that's the thing. So, and you're right on what you say. Like if you get two guys with the same skill level in the cage and whatever, if one gasses out quicker than the other, then who's going to win? Generally.
Yeah.
It's usually the guy that can push the pace. Or it's usually the guy that's a little bit stronger,
Yeah, for sure, man.
So it's that guy that can weather those takedowns from the other guy and still be fine and still be.
Yeah, if you can get taken down 5 times and get up 6, you get that little extra oomph.
So
it's kind of crazy, right? How sometimes it takes there's like a little bit of a thing in being able to take it instead of just giving it. Like sometimes being able to take it is better than giving it all the time.
Yeah.
If you just take it, and the guy who gives it ends up spending a whole shitload of energy.
Yeah,
and then they end up shooting themselves in the dick with that one. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing. The other homeboy is just kind of like rolling with the punches, trying 100%. To weather the storm.
So
fuck, man.
But it's it's awesome. I love that shit. Love it.
Beautiful. Yeah, and that's for you guys. I've been working with you for a long time now, man. Since I've been coming to Tiger, since my PXC days, you've been getting me ready. And PXC. I always tell people there is no fucking sessions like the Woody sessions. But you know what I always noticed with this? So for me, I always used to think like if I'm not sore and dead at the end, like I was always on that old school mentality thinking, like if I just do it until you're fucked and then do it 20 more times and that should be good enough. You should be in good shape, just killing yourself. And then, but I remember like doing when I was working, especially when I first started working with you, I would do these sessions murderous, but like murderous on my lungs, but the rest of my body was ready the next day.
Yeah.
I was ready to wrestle, and I can grapple for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, no problem.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the things I noticed right away working with you. I was like, oh shit, this is the difference, between like doing things yourself and then having somebody who knows what doing actually guide you in the right footsteps.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, so, as coaches for strength and conditioning, you've got to realize that MMA is the priority. Skill work is the priority. Sparring is the priority. Like we're an addition. We're an addition to that. We're there to make you better at your sport, but without compromising your sport. So we can't be making you sore and there are going to be times because I've had fucking people come back in camp. Hey, have you been training? No. Okay, well guess what? The first 2 weeks you're going to be sore as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to fucking grind it through. Like, it is what it is. You're just going to have to recover and whatever else. But if you've been constantly training and stuff like that, that's what I like to try and do with a lot of people is keep them training. It's hard because Tiger Muay Thai is so transient.
Yeah.
People come in for camps and they're off.
It's hard to hold on to guys. You have no idea what the fuck they're doing when they leave, bro.
Especially the Russians and the Chechens and whatever else, because I can send a program, but are you going to do it? Probably not. You might do a fucking couple of sessions of CrossFit or something.
Yeah, I've done like 5, JP.
So, not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with CrossFit.
I fall guilty too, you know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us, you know?
Yeah.
But So that would be, okay, that's another one thing because I was reading about this recently, and that you could probably, how important is it to keep your fitness? So this is where I got a little bit fucked up too for a long time, right? Because I used to be like, when I first started training, like I started training when I was a little bit older than most people, so I was like, oh shit, I need to catch up. But one of the things I realized early in my career, or not even my career, before I was even like, training for an actual fight or anything like that, just training to like get better, it was like, oh shit, like the better fit I am, the better I do with the higher belts. And that kind of became my strategy in the beginning. I was like, okay, just be the dog for like the first 3 minutes, get these guys absolutely fucked, and then turn it on in the last 2 minutes. When I hear that 1 minute bell, just go hard in the paint and try to get them there, So that was kind of like my tactic for like until I actually got a decent skill set where I can rely on my skill set more, But maintaining that level of fitness all throughout. Yeah. So that's what I noticed that's where I was like, fuck, maybe I was a little bit better off in my first year than in my like 5th year of training, because at my 5th year, when I already had a decent skill set, I relied on my skill set more than my lungs. But before, when I didn't have a skill set, I relied on my lungs. Yeah. So I think the catch is for any new athletes, and I'm sure you can recommend, you can say this too, keeping your fitness level always at the highest. So that no matter what, even on the off day, you can come in into sparring and fuck up a top guy if he comes into your gym or something.
You've got to look at the current people that do really really well are the people that are having no fight camps. Let's say they're basically fit all year round. They could fight. Fucking give them 2 weeks and they're in. That's how you have to. It's your job at the end of the day. If you're a professional fighter, this is your job. Stay fit, stay ready. I'm not saying don't go out and party and fucking eat a bit of shit, but don't go ballooning your weight crazy. Don't just stop training. Don't
for new fighters. Yeah. So this is for the new fighters. I have a lot of friends that listen to this podcast, up and comers. So listen from the man right here. This is a guy that's I don't even know, one of 15, 20 UFC fighters on your roster now.
Oh yeah.
Like who knows? But so what is it? Ballooning up? What are you thinking? Like keep going, Bubba. Like preach, baby. I need to hear it. We all need to hear it. Let them know. Let these fat cunts know, Woody. Let these fat cunts know what they gotta do in between these motherfucking fights, so we're not dying on these fucking scales. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing. Like people do get comfortable and they go on a few fight win streaks and then they take a little break and they go fucking whatever. But the little break turns into 2 months where they haven't trained and they've been eating cakes and they've been doing whatever they want to do, which is all right. I get it.
Pass the bread, baby.
But fuck, when they get back to training, it's the fucking worst thing, and you're starting. There's a certain time frame when you drop, your strength levels drop. Certain time frame when your cardio levels start to drop. So fuck, you don't want to be starting right back fucking 50% of what you were. Like, I just don't get it. And just stay up. Smash the mic.
How are they? Are we still logged in?
Are we still good?
Can you hear me?
JP?
Talk.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we're still good.
Yeah, we're
all right.
Just trying to smash the new equipment. Hey. Don't worry about it. And then you've got to, as I was saying before, you've got to look at the people who perform well, no matter what. Volko.
Always ready.
He's always ready. On point, mate. He's always on point.
Never taken a round off.
Brad, always on point.
Never taken. Hey. All right, we can segue into that in a second. Boom.
Yeah.
Kai Kara. Always on point.
Always on point. Dan Hooker, always on point.
And if you look at how they won, how all these boys, they all looked even better in the last rounds of all their scraps.
Exactly. This is the
Kai
thing. Kai
was picking up the pressure, putting up. And another thing was with staying, letting yourself balloon up. That's another surefire way of getting injured too, isn't
100%, yeah, 100%.
You get all tight. You know what I'm saying? You're used to operating at 80%, and you're trying to rev yourself up from 10% to 80%. And it's like, it's not the same, And
the time in between fights is a time where you concentrate on your weaknesses. So say your boxing's not up to scratch. All right, well, fuck, I'm going to concentrate on boxing for a bit. And say, I felt my cardio was a bit shit in that fight. Or, I've got my shoulders are a bit weak or my tight. Concentrate on shit like that. Like, obviously, your strength and conditioning coach will be doing that for you. But it's just... That's the time to concentrate on your weaknesses. Don't fuck around and just go and eat and drink all fucking time. You can go and do that at the weekends or whatever, but still fucking train.
Yeah, you gotta show up. I
just don't get it. You're a pro. You're gonna get paid for this, and you're gonna earn a lot of money if you do stay ready. Because how many people drop out now? There's so many shows, happening all the time, UFC, and a lot of people drop out for whatever reason.
That can be your surefire way to get into the UFC.
Yeah, and there was a bloke in New Zealand. He fucking someone dropped out, and then another person came in and they dropped out or something, and then they needed someone fucking surefire. So it was like they flew someone in from Australia.
Really?
Yeah, on the UFC card.
And he came in on short notice. Boom. Now he's a UFC fighter.
Now he's in the UFC. He's a good fighter. He fought a lightweight. He's not a lightweight. 66. But he fought a lightweight. But he still took the challenge. He still went in. He didn't win. But that's okay. He's in the UFC now.
Hell yeah. And he got a fucking
payday.
An
opportunity. He got a payday.
And he showed up. He made the walk.
A free fucking bit of Reebok kit.
You know what I'm saying, baby?
We're in there.
He's balling hard. He's going hard in the paint as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Mate. So, but he's in. That's the thing.
But he was ready. He was ready. He was ready to make the walk.
He wasn't. He wasn't going to make the fucking 66 if he needed to, but he could make lightweight. So, and guess what? The fight was at lightweight, and he was fucking willing to take the challenge. Took it. He's in.
Speaking of New Zealand, going back, fucking Loma, what a scrap!
Yeah, what a scrap, mate.
Like, all right, so if the guys didn't see the fight, she didn't win, but if you guys don't know, Loma is the first ever Thai in the UFC, which is just absolutely monumental. Monumental. Like, it's a huge thing. You know, like literally putting Thai MMA on the map. You know, can really change the demographics of MMA. In the like 20, 30, 40 years. Like in a totally different way, because you get these Thai kids that are like this is a fighting culture. You know, these are people that have been fighting. Like when Loma started fighting when she was like how old? You know, for a long time, right? Man. So you guys don't know, Loma is already like a super high level Muay Thai fighter with all the titles you can win in Muay Thai. She's won, okay, and but she's actually a woman without a weight class. Because she should be in what would be her weight? So she just competed at atom weight.
No, she was at atom, right?
Yeah, she was at atom.
And won it and Invicta.
Yeah,
and now she moved up to straw weight.
Yeah.
Okay, because the UFC just to get into the UFC, and she ended up, and now she was supposed to fight this other woman that got hurt. Goldie. Old Goldie pulled out, you know what I'm saying? I hurt my neck and my back.
But then
some bullshit.
I'm not gonna rat on her, but some fucker said that she was doing a bodybuilding competition or some shit next weekend or something.
So this girl is out here drinking too much protein, worrying about making weight and pulling out on our homegirl because she didn't want to catch those elbows from hell, those hellbows from our girl Loma.
So Angela Hill,
Loma ended up fighting Angela Hill on short notice. Not too short notice, about a month, but 3 weeks or so. I'm not too sure. Right?
Yeah.
But that's a tall order, For her second UFC fight, she fought a girl that has more. Angela Hill had more UFC fights in 1 year and 11 months than Loma has had MMA fights in her life.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely a tall order, and it was a super close fight, bro. Yeah, it was an amazing performance. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she lost, but she didn't get fucked up.
Man,
does that make sense? Right?
That's the
like
thing.
she didn't.
She showed she should be.
She got beat. She lost on points, but she didn't get beat. She got outpointed. You know what I mean? She got a little bit. She was Angela Hill, but like she couldn't do what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Which is what was super impressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout out, bro. They tried to. Loma's been training grappling for maybe about how long? Like
2 years.
About 2-3 years tops. I don't even want to know. 3 years is pushing it.
Yeah. That's
a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking 4 years ago, it's like it was a different era, and she wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Years.
And for the people that don't know, Loma is one of the. I've been training her jiu-jitsu now for the last 2-3 years. We just gave her a blue belt about 7 months ago, and she wrecks these bitches, dog.
She leveled up quick.
She's no joke.
That's the thing.
She's one of the most physically strong people. Yeah. Okay, now you already know working with her strength and conditioning wise, right? How strong is Loma physically, like pound for pound? Like she's strong, bro.
She's getting there.
I remember showing her some moves, just like trying to do a basic hip over sweep on her, and just like, whoa, like I had to like put some oomph in it to get it done, just her hips and her base, just that Muay Thai base was so strong, So she ended up losing a decision in our first bout for our peoples that went up this weekend.
Yeah. Great
fight. She was able to showcase a lot, little few things we got to tweak here and there, you know what I'm saying? That she needs to adjust from the Muay Thai striking to MMA. Where I think Angela had a little bit more experience on the. She was just so long. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, Loma,
it was a tough scrap.
Yeah, we've seen George knows exactly what he needs to work on now and stuff like that. It's the thing is coming from Muay Thai, and if you. are getting pressured, you go back into that Muay Thai kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when it's staying stand up. So that backing up and like countering. But obviously in MMA, it's that push forward and that aggression and that cage control. Obviously the judges look for that as well. So it's like, but yeah, like there's little things, but mate, she's there.
She smashed it. She's there.
Angela Hill is no joke. She's no joke.
Fighter. That girl, the Chinese girl that was on the card that smashed my Polish love, Kalawaski or whatever.
I'm probably
ours, all of it. Yeah. Everybody's Polish love. Yeah. She's so beautiful. Remember we saw her at the press conference, Woody?
Yeah.
Yo, she was at the press conference.
We were going to make up an interview.
Yeah, we were just going to go and talk to her.
Emma was going to be an interviewer.
Yeah. So
it was like, yo, Emma, you read the Dinky Dog Radio. What was the first question? We had 2 questions for her. First one. How are you feeling about this fight? Okay, let her answer. Yeah. Second of all, can I have your number?
Just come up to her with the phone piece like this, like it was a radio, but it's not even recording anything.
No, but okay, I'm going.
She was all alone because everybody was talking to the. We had the inside exclusive passes. We had the insides. We was in there in the press. We were in there in the press conference, dog, with our Instagrams out like a bunch of hooligans like this, walking around all fucked up and hungover. We had all these people with their proper. We had everybody with their proper cameras and shit. Man, felt a little buzzy in there, huh?
Yeah, man, great experience.
Oh, that was sick. But man, she was the girl Kalawaski. Shit, we should learn her name. Polish beauty, Carolina was there just all alone with her little leather jacket. But after the fight, I might have just kept hello there, you know. Anyway, so first fighter of the night that we had up, that we were just fucking. I remember I was sitting next to you and we were just like, didn't say. I don't think we spoke for like 17 minutes straight, how long the fight was until it was over, you know. Then we could rest, whatever. Great performance. Super proud of Loma. So big ups to George and Frank and everybody at Tiger 100%. Muay Thai. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Only good things are coming.
Only good things are coming.
Good things.
She's only gonna get better. And I can't wait when she starts taking these girls down, man. She's gonna start, because her grappling to me is like just as good. She's only 24 years old.
Yeah,
you know, exactly. So she can be a black belt before she's 30, and you know what I'm saying? Like just keep on rising. So she's gonna have a long career in the UFC.
Mate. Yeah, 100%.
So it's gonna be exciting, you know. And when she can really start putting that Muay Thai and elbows together and closing the gap, it's gonna be something special to watch. So that's an eye to keep out for a definitely upcoming prospect. And then our second fighter up of the night. The kid, Kai Kara France. How about the kid? He opened up, came out with the Maori traditional song. That was sick. Yeah. He really got the crowd going. That was nasty. Man. That's when I was like, that's when I realized, oh, snap.
Boy. Kai, if you're listening,
he's
get me a beer, boy. He fucking hates that.
He hates that, dog.
He fucking hates that.
That wasn't me, dog. I'm telling you right now, bro.
He fucking hates it. And that's why we keep doing it.
The more you show something we don't like, we're just going to drill it into your eye. The more banter you're going to get. So you better just roll with the punches. But yo, Kai put on a clinic, dog.
Yeah, awesome again.
Kai put on a fucking show. Throwing his cartwheel kicks, threw the Sanchai kick in there and everything. Threw a little stank on it. Yeah. Hit him with the whoop.
Yeah.
Missed me, but you caught me, but you didn't. Yo, he smashed it, bro. And awesome. You know what? And that's just when I was thinking about, like, he's a fucking cardio machine too.
Yeah.
That's another guy that can. Any up and coming fighters, yo, if you want to learn how to fight, watch Kai Kara throw down.
Yeah.
You know, this is a guy. He's never there. After the fight, this guy looked like he had freaking he was ready for the ball. Yeah. He was ready for prom night. You saw this kid look fresher than when he went in.
Yeah.
I know.
You know.
He's very efficient with everything, all his movements.
Yeah. He's clinical.
Striking. Yeah.
Very clinical. He's he's great to watch. Kai, he's exciting, and he's like you say, he's a cardio machine.
He put the pace on him, yo.
Yeah, my man, he's always been like that. Like back in the combat conditioning days, he was flying through those fucking workouts. And
all right, let me segue into this one. Let me let everybody. So, all right, so at Tiger, there's a class, right?
Yeah,
we got the fight. So before this, you started this class. Okay, so before Tiger Muay Thai, there wasn't like too much of a program base for athletes, the fighters to get ready for. Right?
There wasn't really much fitness. There was like maybe 1 or 2 body fit, and then cross training because we weren't CrossFit cert.
You didn't have the goddamn certs
back then, but
the cunts.
Yeah, those CrossFit fuckers.
They want their money. Everybody wants their money to good. They love a good piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. For the money and shit. Mm-hmm. But all right, so then you ended up doing this because this is a fucking huge class. This is a class now that like a lot of fighters use to this day.
Yeah.
But when I think about this class and when I see Kai performing, that was one of the 2 things I realized. I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Kai was always the top dog in the combat conditioning class. That's the class 100%. That you started in Tiger Muay Thai, right?
Yeah. So it was cool. I needed the we had nothing. We had nothing for the athletes, and I'm just like, but guys, we've got the body fit and whatever else, but it was just too not low level. I won't say low level because everything's hard and it's as hard as you make it and whatever else, but we wanted something a little bit that will push the athletes a little bit more and a little bit more structured. So yeah, combat conditioning was kind of what I came up with, and it is pretty much conditioning only. We had a couple of days that were more lifting days, but in general it was a lot of conditioning work, and we had them split up Monday through to Friday. Wednesday we had a pool recovery session that I added in, I came up with, and then Friday we did the hill sprints, the fucking Death Hill, which is just around the corner from here, which I fucking first found like 2005 maybe.
We've been doing those.
I've been sprinting that fucker for a long time, man.
When that shit was always empty, huh?
Yeah, there was fucking no cars. I used to come running around here.
Yeah,
obviously a few kilos ago. One less hip surgery, but yeah, running around here, and then there'd be the hill. I'd stop at the hill, do fucking 10 hill sprints, run back to Tiger and carry on. But yeah,
I love that hill, bro.
Yeah, man. So then we had strength endurance. We had like a more power based day and all shit like that.
And they had like the fight gone bad, right? You kind of like a
5x5. Well, we had a 5x5.
Yeah,
but I put my own little mix on it with some kind of. It was a
fucking. Those classes were like, yo.
But bro, I
remember the combat conditioning is the class that like would fucking test your ball, it'll test you. You know, really just. And then like everybody else is doing it, so you got to do it.
Well, that's the thing about it, and
it's so good though because everybody gets themselves through it. You know,
back in the day, I've got a picture there where Izzy was in it, Brad was in it, obviously yourself, fucking Kai.
Yo, remember the hill sprints? Before the pool. Remember we used to do the hill sprints, dog?
Yeah.
I loved that hill sprint was the recovery session. That was a ruthless fucking session, bro. Remember the hill sprints we used to do? So before the pool, we had hill sprints on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
But I needed recovery in there, like, fuck. Everyone was getting fucked.
But I'll never, all right. So the kid puts on a Segway, but then how about this, dog? I remember when the first time I did the pool session, I went home from a little bit, and when I came back, I did the pool session, and remember at the end we used to finish with the big swim.
Yeah.
At the end, right? So then we
would do underwater swim. You on the boat?
Underwater swim.
Yeah.
Yo, that was an awesome. So how did you learn about that? Because that was a sick ass program. That
man.
That was one of my favorite sessions, man. Yeah, like holding your. I felt like as an athlete, like whenever I fought, like whenever I swam a lot, like I always felt like I was really really fit. You know?
Yeah, man. It's obviously a lot of research. I'm not a swim coach for a start, so just a lot of research into swimming and recovery sessions and stuff like that for fighters. And what's good to do, what's not good to do, and so I kind of put together my own plan from looking at research and whatever else. And so you're talking about the lung capacity swims. So basically it was start at one end of the pool, prepare yourself, and which is actually now quite popular with the Wim Hof stuff, the breathing to oxygenate your blood and whatever else, and then swim or duck under and hold your breath. But back then we were just like, just fucking hold your breath and swim. So a lot of boys were like, and then just under, and then we were gone. So it was as far as you could go. You hit the end, you fucking turn right back, and you kept going. And I think I saw Huerta do 2.5.
Okay, so that was good. I was gonna say, dog.
Man, he was the fucking. He had it in his head. That cunt was gonna.
That cunt was gonna drown. Alright, let me just tell you how fucking. Would you guys? How many, bro?
So 2.5 lengths, but so it's a 25-meter pool. So
from one end to the other,
back and then half.
The first time I did it, I did 3/4 of the way. And I was like, damn, dog. And I remember doing it, and then I remember telling you, yo, I want to get to the whole thing one day. And then you fucking told me what Huerti did, and I was like, what?
Well, fucking Huerti was a master of that shit.
That is nuts,
But
dog.
I'd had him doing that, like, in his fight camps and shit. So when you boys started doing it as well, he'd already been doing it, you know. So he had a little head start. But again, he was a fucking freak athlete as well.
Yeah.
But for sure, it's going to increase your lungs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to build that endurance, you know?
Yeah.
That's funny. It reminds me because when I was a kid, that was my favorite shit to do, yo.
Yeah.
And so whenever we would go on vacation, my goal was to swim the pool. And if you couldn't do it in the beginning, you can get there. You know what I'm saying? Just like anything in life, you know? Like anything, you got to put the work in.
And also, there's a lot of times when you're going to be smothered or maybe stuck in a choke or whatever else. And you've got to be able to, I know it's slightly different, but you've got to be able to hold that breath and kind of...
Yes, for sure, dog. For sure. So... Man, where was it? I just saw recently somebody was in like this crazy rear naked choke and ended up fighting the hands and getting out. I wish I would tell you to pull it up right now, but anyways. Yeah, that was one of the that was a staple in the program that they still use to this day. So like for the guys that come to Tiger Muay Thai,
they still use the 5x5. So it's nice for me to see, you know, because I've obviously stepped away at the moment from teaching those classes, and Pete Fornek, who's a great coach, he's stepped in and he's kind of taken over, and he's now changed it more to a strength-based system, so he's combat strength, but he's still kept the sprints and the recovery in, which is cool, man. And the 5x5, so it's nice, yeah.
Shout out to the German.
Shout out to the German.
We got a bunch of savages working with us doing good shit, man. So
yeah, it's good, man. It's good to see. And obviously, like the whole fitness program, you know, I pretty much helped develop there, so it's good to see that it's still fucking thriving, and there's 60 people, 70 people in classes sometimes, and you know, me and Kitty Teppo were kind of like the first fuckers to kind of really run with that program, you know.
Yeah, that was before I was even there, because I never even met this. I never even met her.
That's how I met you in one of those classes where it was you and Woody. I'm sorry, it was you and Kitty taking it. It was I think I prompted up Cape. I was throwing up, and then you put your motorbike right below. What's you doing, bro? You throwing up?
that was the first time we talked to you. That was the we used to take him prompted up Cape, and fucking there's got a set of stairs leading up to the viewpoint. Used to make people crawl backwards, and I actually got that from Randy Hale, who was there prior to fucking me and Kitty, and he was the first kind of fitness coach for Tiger, and he used to make people crawl up backwards. He was like an ex-US Marine or whatever else, and then we kind of developed it, and then we brought tires along and did tire work and whatever else. Then we made people drag tires down to the fucking...
Oh, you guys used to train in Prompt Up Cape?
Yeah, mate. And do
I never done that.
And yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool.
Damn.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Man, all right, so I could almost want to pick your brain a little bit with all these different athletes you work with. So, all right, going into the second fight of the night, Zoob. Oh my God. So you had... So right after Loma was the last fight on the prelims. You've had a lot of experience working with Zubera also, right?
Yeah.
So when did you meet Zubera?
So Zub came across with Merbek. It must have been 2012. No, 2013 maybe. But anyway, he was like a raw talent, and Roger and Brian were there coaching at the moment. Roger kind of took him and Merbek under his wing. And he was like, mate, these fuckers are going places. Yeah. They're ridiculous, and we all know how they are. They're animals. From Chechnya.
He knew right away, right?
Yeah, the Chechnya, they're animals. They were pretty... Merbek was a bit more of a complete fighter than Zub back then. Zub's still raw, and he still fights that way wild too now. But he's exciting to watch. And so yeah, and then I just started training him and Zub, and then they were in the UFC, and then that was the first fights, and then from there, so it kind of went on. And Merbek's always come back. Zub went to AKA in America with Khabib and all those guys, so he was training there. And then he had a little bit of a thing with Conor, so he was suspended.
Oh, he was part of that whole shuffle.
Yeah, he came in.
That's your fucking boy, Woody. That's your boy, dog.
So sorry, any Irish.
Yo, guys, listen.
Don't fucking blame me.
Woody is fucking like that's his peak. Yo, you know some bad. Hey, but you fuck with some real ones, dog. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah,
hey, You've got you've had some fucking animals that you've had to, and you run them through a lot of fight camps and all, and everything, right?
Loads. Merbek pretty much his whole UFC career.
I don't think he's never not trained with you for a UFC fight, actually, that I can recall, right?
No, I don't think.
And how long has Merbek been in the UFC for now? Like, fuck, man.
8 years.
8 years now running. Like, it's one thing to get into the UFC. Yeah. It's one thing to stay in the UFC.
Yeah, 100%. He's an animal. The problem is that visa issue that he's got, mate. But if he fucking didn't have that, he'd have been competing for the title.
Yeah.
100%.
No joke.
100%. He's fucking one of the top talented people. And it's a shame when you see this shit that America kind of you fuckers kind of do do
hey,
that
listen,
shit.
listen.
But
he's one of the guys that you thought was gonna be the one.
100%.
Still has everything in his power to be.
Still has, mate.
I don't know if he's got the visa yet. I don't know if he has the visa yet. But if he does, I don't know if he has does he have the visa? If he still has this problem with the visa, it's a travesty, because this is a guy that, like, he was GSPS, like you said. All right, Roger and Roger's the one that kind of saw him.
Yeah.
And fucking Zub was like, he put those guys in. He's never done nothing like that for nobody to this day.
Yeah.
Ever, right?
Yeah.
With anybody that he's never put nobody in the UFC.
No, and he worked tooth and nail to get those guys in, because he
knew right away.
Left UFC a little bit sour, so he still
and with
made that call.
He knew. And this is guy Roger used to roll with GSP, dog.
Yeah.
Like, they used to they were road dogs.
Yeah,
they trained together,
GSP
chilled together. They were chilling. Roger knows what the highest level is out there.
100%.
And he was like, Merbek's the one.
Yeah.
So that's what you boys are looking at. And he was on a super winning streak. Had that, like, fucking crazy 4 finishes in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
On a tear. You were his guy in all those scraps, yo.
Yeah.
So hell yeah, cool, man. That's beautiful, man. So it's got to be, and you've learned a lot. You probably have had trained so many different people from so many different places, man.
Yeah, 100%. And that makes you a better coach, because obviously language barriers. So you need to put your demos on point.
Yeah.
And you kind of your ums and ahs and fucking mixed Chechen, broken English, weird fucking language that you end up speaking needs to be on point, But it's weird. You kind of get, once you start working with a few people, they get it. You get it between you, and you just work it out, Even with Loma now, she's only just learning English.
Oh shit, yeah, Loma's straight Thai,
Yeah, straight Thai. So
that's gonna be our thing, though. When I'm teaching her jiu-jitsu, and when you're teaching her in S&C, we just gotta get her English right.
Yeah.
Her and Peter Yan,
Yeah.
We gotta get their English on point, so they can both be household names. You know what I'm saying? Speak English, everybody can understand what they gotta say, because they both got some good banter.
Yeah, especially Peter.
Yo, all right. So then, fuck, man. That is wild shit, bro. And then, all right, so then after all these guys, then you also got boom. Then we have Brad.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Out of everybody we've been talking about, you've been working with Brad for a long time,
Long time, mate. He's one of my best pals, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my best mates. So, to see him there now. But again, it's with Brad, even like I just had my mate Stu over that I'd met in 2010. And he knew Brad as well, just from those days, and he was like, it's like we kind of knew back then, like, even though I think he was just 17 or just turned 18 when I met him
in Thailand.
Yeah, in Thailand. And or he had his 18th birthday when he was here, or whatever it was.
Wow.
But he's 28 now.
Yeah.
So 10 years, yeah. So
he's 28. Kai's 26.
Yeah.
Kai's 26. Brad's 28.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yo, I don't know if anybody here, if you guys haven't seen Brad Riddell's fight. Brad Riddell just fucking smashed it in the UFC Auckland.
Yeah.
He just beat Magomed
Mustafayev.
Magomed.
Easy for you
Magomed
to say.
Mustafayev. He absolutely wrecked him.
Yeah, he killed it.
He wrecked him.
Killed it. And this is a guy that nobody wanted to fight. This is a dangerous fucking opponent.
Nobody wanted to fight. A guy who put a recent title contender, the Detroit sensation.
Who's that? God damn it, Emilio.
Kevin Lee.
Oh yeah, he took him. Yeah, but Kevin Lee
ended up finishing him.
Yeah.
But had Kevin Lee in some big trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this guy 14-1, 14-2.
Yeah.
MMA.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is a guy that nobody wanted to fight. Nobody wanted to fight this guy first of all to begin with. Okay, and then not only does Brad take the fight with him, this fucking savage, angry Quake takes the fight with him in his home soil, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he even adds the extra pressure on himself because, listen, you can say what you want. Oh, that you want to. It is great to fight at home and you get that extra excitement, but that's gonna be some crazy pressure.
100%, mate.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got everybody that you know there cheering for you. The last thing you want to do is drop the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Fucker thrives on it now, though, mate. It's like, Mate, I remember when he was fighting in China and he fought the monk, and he said he messaged me and he was like, man, I'm just fighting in a stadium. I think there's about 60,000 Chinese people.
He fought the famous monk when the monk was a monk.
When the monk
was
the
monk. Chinese monk.
Fucking
JP, can we pull that shit up, dog?
Fucking beat. I'm sure people have seen him where he's
there's an epic video. Hey guys, you gotta check this out. There's a video. It keeps on YouTube that keeps coming up, and we should fucking get that shit going again. since he's got a little thank on his name right now. You know what I mean?
But
so he ended up fighting this cat, and so you've always known, right?
Yeah, bro. Like fuck, he's one of those athletic, freaky motherfuckers. He can turn his. He could have had a scholarship playing rugby in France.
Really? Wait. Okay, this is what I love. This is why I was so excited about this fucking podcast.
So
because you know some good shit, Wood. That the angry one, that fucking angry ass motherfucker.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I don't fucking know him.
Hey. So all right. So Brad Riddell, boom, break it down. So he was gonna get a scholarship.
He could have got a scholarship for rugby, and he was gonna go to France and wherever else. But he fucking loved fighting. And he chose that route, and fuck, I'm glad he did. But yeah, when we were out in 2010 and we were just training together and whatever else and playing fucking Rugby 08, I think it was back then, on the fucking PlayStation or something.
There's a rugby game on PlayStation?
I didn't know that shit. I don't know if there is anymore.
You dogs! I didn't even know there was a rugby game, dog.
Yeah, right? We were just literally, mate, it was there was no fucking troubles. We were just training, playing PlayStation and fucking around, having a few beers, a few fights.
And you were training Muay Thai too?
Muay Thai, I had a few fights Muay Thai, and Brad had a few fights when he was here as well. I remember him fucking being skint and like, fuck, I've got to pay. He'd lent some money off Danny, his name was Danny Barrow, and he was like, fuck, I've got to take this fight, I've got to fight, and I've got to pay Danny back. So he fought some bloke, and it's funny because looks can be deceiving. He stepped in the ring, and it was quite an old Thai, like a bit balding and all this shit, and quite thin. And Brad was, Brad's always thick set anyway.
He's a fucking Tyson, dog.
Yeah.
Yo, nobody knows. Look at that fight. Look at that fucking back. Brad is a new age Tyson for MMA, yo.
So he stepped in and we were like, fuck, Brad's going to smash this guy in 10 seconds. And then the Thai guy had a few fucking tricks up his sleeve, and he threw Brad to the ground and tried kicking him. Because in Muay Thai, once they sweep you, if you're on your way down, they can still kick.
They can hit you with a little cheeky little knee or fucking shin to the face. So they tried.
I think he missed the first one, and he did it again to Brad, and then fucking booted him, and he cut Brad straight across his face, and Brad got up, and then angry Quake.
Did the angry come out? He got mad as fuck, didn't he?
Mad as fuck.
The worst thing you could do is something good against Brad in a fight.
And then that was it. He fucking destroyed the bloke. But then we went out and drank piss on Bangla Road. But yeah,
was it in Bangla Road that fight was up? Was that fight in Bangla Stadium?
Bangla Stadium, yeah.
Bangla Stadium's the best.
2010. You can watch that on YouTube. Fuck, Brad.
Oh my god, check that out, guys. We gotta get that shit going.
Yeah. And then from there, I went home for a little bit, and we stayed in contact. And he fucked off to China and got like a contract with this gym, and he was fighting in China and whatever else. And then I came back to Thailand in 2012, so pretty much full time.
So you came back in 2012?
Yeah, I had to go home for a little bit. So
then in 2012, when did you start your strength and conditioning career?
Mate, long before that anyway.
I was already
training fighters. I was training a guy back home, Rick Barnhill, he's a 2-time world K1 champion.
Nice.
So I trained him he went on the remember Infusion?
Yes, yeah.
So original Infusion TV show. He went on that, and he was he lost in the semi-final against Gago Drago, who's a fucking phenom.
And you trained him in England.
He was my first fighter, yeah.
And when did you start training Brad as an athlete?
As an athlete, when he got back to Thailand. So,
nice, bro.
Which was cool. So I remember he Skyped me and he was like, mate, have you got a spare room? Or he was like, I fucking hate China. I'm stuck at this place and I'm not enjoying it and this and that. And I'm like, fuck, man, I've got a spare room. And he was like, I'm coming.
Yo.
And then he just came. That was it. So I just put him in the room and then we just trained and whatever else. And
I think I know this story, bro.
Yeah.
So I remember so we both have a lot of experience with this motherfucker, right? With the angry one. And I remember him telling me this story. So if I'm not correct, I guess I'll get corrected later after the podcast. But he said, so he used to fight. So the K1 fighters in China, they just throw down, dog. Like, and when they go, he went under some contract, right?
Yeah.
Where he was fighting on Team China.
Yeah.
Or something like this, right?
Yeah, Team China.
Where he's fighting K1 every week, like fighting to live. Like fighting for every single week, every 2 weeks. And he was living in a dorm where they would close the gate. They would lock the doors at night.
So they wouldn't lock the doors, but they would lock. It was like a compound.
It was a compound.
They would lock the gate. Yeah,
they were kind of locked in, right?
But
and
fuck, he said
leave.
They didn't have really fucking. You know, they were all squat toilets and whatever else. And
oh my god, I don't think people know about the squat toilets in China, dog. Where you just stand over it and you got to shit from like 2 feet. That's kind of that's a lot of spot, right? And do you squat? Oh, you're supposed to squat.
Yeah, you're supposed to squat.
I just do it straight from like this.
But us Westerners are fucking terrible. We have the mobility of a fucking brick.
Oh
so
my god.
Can't do it.
Oh, because they can all do the Asian squat.
Yeah, they all do the Asian squat.
They can just pop us all those gifted fucks.
So yeah, he was there, and then he just was
so you saw him when he escaped. Yeah. Yo, he told me he broke out of the compound and took a bus or something to the next train and took a train to the next city and bought a flight like cash at the airport straight to Phuket.
Yeah, he was like, he was kind of like, because he would fight so much because he was getting out of the compound every weekend. So he was going and staying in hotels and having decent food and whatever else, plus getting paid pretty decent.
Yeah, because he made a name for himself, yo. Yeah, so how many? Brad has about how many striking fights do you think Brad has? I think over 100.
No,
I want to say like 64 and 10, 64 and 7.
Yeah, it's like
75 and something like this.
Yeah, 75 odd fights. Yeah,
he's almost got 100 fights, but this is like 100 K1 fights at the super high level.
Yeah.
You know,
he's fought some fucking good people, very good people.
Yo, Brad, guys. So So right now we have a UFC champion, Israel Adesanya, Brad's teammate, who's a K1 champion, fought at the highest level, fought for the glory title. I think he won, but got robbed.
So do I.
He should be the glory, fucking middleweight title or whatever. The title he fought for in size. We got a guy in Brad who's only he's 2-0 now in the UFC, but he's also an Israel Adesanya level kickboxer, making his ways into the MMA ground, and he was on the Melbourne card, fought against James Malarkey, got a fight of the night bonus. First time making lightweight, right? So you've been his coach for a long time. He's not no joke. It's no cakewalk for this guy to make lightweight.
No. I mean, back in the day, he was walking around at 71 kilos or something.
Yes, so he was. Oh, okay, nice.
But then
he kind of built up.
Yeah, when we were training and stuff, and obviously as he matured, like he was back then, he was fucking 18, 19, 20. So your body's still maturing and whatever else. So by the time he hit 24, he was getting fucking stacks. He's always had big legs on him and shit. I think that's probably from rugby days.
I never knew he played rugby, bro.
Yeah.
I knew he's been fighting for a long. I know he's been fighting since he was a kid. But because we traveled together and went for. I never knew he played rugby, bro.
Yeah. A lot of Kiwis do, mate.
Yo, what is it? Yo, rugby translates good to fucking MMA, man.
Yeah, man. It's a tough sport too. It's just different. You're not technically supposed to punch each other.
Yo, but rugby they got good. And he's a good wrestler. He's a good
he's good, mate. It's just, you're used to that body-to-body contact and whatever else, regardless of, what discipline it is.
Yeah.
It can translate pretty well. And then, so from there he's, we put a lot of time in. We did put a lot of time in.
A lot of K1. You've cornered him in a lot of fights, right?
Yeah, mate. I've been a few fights. We've been to China together.
Bro, remember when we went to China, dog?
And he fought that fit fat guy.
Remember when he fought the fit fat guy? Listen, when I fucking was like, I really got a new admiration for him when he fought that 4th round like a savage.
Yeah, man.
Yo, who fights a 4th round? First of all, I didn't even know you could fucking do that.
Well, they declared it a draw, didn't they, after 3? So they were
okay. So guys, if you don't know, me and Brad, me and Woody we went to go with Brad and Adam. Remember, Adam was fighting also.
Yeah.
So we go to Beijing, China from Thailand. We all go together. There's 4 of us. Brad's fighting K1 and KunLun at a super tough guy.
Yeah.
Where, hey, how did they go in the weigh-ins? Brad fought a guy that at the weigh-ins, his coach weighed in for him, right?
Yeah, they fucking never even showed up. Fat cunt.
Oh yeah, so this is China style. Yo, in China, you don't know how it's gonna roll sometimes, boys. So sometimes you're gonna go in
roll
there,
with it, aren't you?
You just gotta go with it. Once you get on that goddamn plane, you better get ready for anything.
Yeah,
when you fight in China, yo, and you fucking book that ticket, I don't give a fuck who they told you you're fighting. If that shit is different, don't expect it. Everybody that I know that has fought in China has probably had this happen before. You think you're going to fight one guy, he might be even on the show fighting in the same card as you, but you're not fighting him. Or you're fighting somebody and their coach will come in and weigh in for them because they're not at the weigh-ins or something like that. So Brad's guy wasn't even at the weigh-ins, right?
Yeah, man. But before that, let's set the scene a little bit because fuck it.
Set the table.
That was a fucking funny trip.
That
fuck. So we rolled up, and first of all, it's not technically Beijing. It was like fucking an hour outside Beijing, wasn't it? And we were just like, where the fuck is this? And in some really random hotel that was serving like chicken bones as your feed and whatnot.
Oh my god!
It was the
chicken
worst
bones
fucking
for breakfast
buffet I've ever fucking been to.
Yo, why is it that in China, dog? Why does China food have fucking bones and everything,
just
dog?
like, what the fuck are you guys doing? It was serving chicken tendons. And I'm just like, yeah, this is catering for fucking everyone.
We had watermelon.
Yeah, we just fucking smashed watermelon and a bit of rice.
You smash watermelon and rice and whatever.
Jesus Christ.
And they got some bread. They had some bread. That for sure was bread.
So, yeah, well, who knows? It probably ground up bones. But fucking... right, so then we were like, okay, so Brad's got to cut a bit of weight. I'm sure it was this trip. But we ended up going... We didn't go to the sauna together, eh? With you? No, we didn't. So yeah,
because I came with Bosef on the fight day.
Right. So yeah, so that was it. So we went to the sauna first.
I was just thinking, yeah.
And in fucking China, so they gave us a trip, and then we went down this fucking seedy lane and whatever else. And okay, here's the sauna. Get out. Right. Cool. Go in the sauna. But anyone that's not been to Asia, like China or Japan, and that, every fucker's start bolt naked in the sauna, and which is fucking like. Yeah, no problem, whatever. But then,
they love a good. They love to be naked. And in China, you gotta go. They don't even give you a choice, dog.
No, they don't give you.
You gotta go naked. It's like, come on, man. What the fuck? Yeah, they don't give a fuck. You gotta go balls out.
Yeah, in front of fucking every cunt.
And the Chinese, they love that shit, bro.
But obviously, fuck, whatever. So yeah, we roll in, and fuck, it's funny. I can still picture it now. There's a fucking Chinese dude stood. One leg bent, one leg straight, like his leg was up on a thing, and there was karaoke playing on in the background, and this cunt was like just spitting on the floor, and I was just like, what the fuck are we in here? And
Chinese love a good spit, don't they?
And I looked up, and the fuckers were all like whipping each other with them branches and shit, just fucking naked and shit.
Oh, in the sauna.
I'm just like, hey, Brad. Is this like, a gay sauna or some shit? He was like, man, this is how they fucking do it over here. I'm like, right,
it's always
sweet.
like it. It's always like that.
So anyway,
were they sprinkling that white shit all over themselves? You ever seen that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I was just like, thank fuck, like, yeah. But we were just rocking around, just like.
What weight was that
amazed.
at? You think
I think
75 probably, right?
Yeah,
I think that's what the K1
yeah.
weights. 75 is the K1 weight.
So we were just rocking around there, and I was just like, what is this? Loads of people just spitting on the floor and whatever else. And they have these little fucking counters where, like, they're almost like little dressing tables where fuckers just go there and, like, just...
Oh, in the sauna.
Yeah,
they blow dry their hair.
The
they brush their teeth, and they fucking put their dick up and shit like this. You're like, what the hell? Yeah. Right. They do cupping. They do cupping in there and shit, like naked as fuck. You never seen them scrub the white shit? Yo,
yeah, it's just like
there's this weird shit. I don't know what they do in the Chinese. Chinese saunas are dope. All right, I don't know but they're like fucking hotels.
Yeah, the
Chinese saunas,
beautiful, but just fuck.
But here's the thing though, when you make weight, it's kind of chill. Like,
such a bizarre setting. Like
they got hot baths. And it's like any random city in China that you go to, they got these bomb-ass hotels. Yeah. They got these bomb-ass saunas. Man, Asians love a good sauna. Except for Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand doesn't really care much for saunas.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But yeah, it was fucking funny. So anyway, we got the sauna and we dropped down weight. And then the next morning I got up at because I think weigh-ins were quite early, weren't they? So I got up with Brad and he ran for a little bit on the treadmill. cut weight. And the fucking cool thing was Borkow was cutting weight as well, same time. So he was on the treadmill. So we were just there, in presence of a legend.
I got that vlog. I got the photo. We got a photo of us. Remember, I jumped on the cow at the end of the show.
I was like, no, Emilio, get out. This is my one chance of a fucking...
I fucked your photo up, dog. Because two-piece... I didn't understand Instagram etiquette back then, because obviously the 2-piece is better than the 3-piece, the less the better, but... I didn't want to ask him again, dog, And I don't think if you knew that I was the guy, I blew a snot on Borkow's on foot once, dog. In Full Metal Dojo, bro. Shay told me, dog. He was in Full Metal Dojo once in Bangkok, and I was fighting, and I was getting ready backstage, and he was at the show, watching at the JJ Green Market or something. And then I was snotted on before they call you out for the fight, before they call you out, I was trying to clear my nose, so I was just blowing out all my nose, blowing out all my nostrils, and then I fucking did it, and I blew a bunch of snot, and it fell right on his foot, and then I was warming up and shit, and he fucking looked at me like with the death stare, Shay said, but I didn't even realize I was all crazy in my head.
Of course,
I was hyping myself up in the fight for the fight, like I hit my head and shit.
Fucking idea.
And then Shay was like, "Yo, you came this close to death, and you don't even know it." That's my book. But I forgot Borkow was on that card, bro.
Borkow was on that card. Fucking Albert Kraus was on that card.
The Hurricane Albert Kraus. That was a sick ass card.
Unbelievable.
KunLun came with the heat.
Yeah, for Brad to fight on that. So anyway, we've turned up for the weigh-ins. Brad's on weight, whatever, gets up on the scales. His opponent not here. Well, where is he? Come in later. What? So, what time? Not sure. Right. And you know what it's like in China, so you're just like, okay, so we'll just go back to the room then. Let us know when he's coming. No fucker let us know. So he probably didn't fucking weigh in.
Yeah,
whatever.
For sure.
Didn't weigh in. But anyway, they tried to make it so difficult because remember that the boys had to go and get their visas. On fight day.
They woke him up at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, they were like, oh shit, sorry for all the foreign fighters. Well, how convenient.
Wow.
You have to go and get a fucking visa from the office. So they had to go.
Yeah, so they got woken up at an ungodly hour. So guys,
to go to Beijing Center, get their visa to fight.
I woke up at 8:30 in the morning. I woke up at 8:39 in the morning in the hotel. So I'm sitting with Adam, our buddy Adam Bosif, our good friend of ours, who won the scholarship in 2014, I think. Right, so he fought MMA that night in the show called KunLun in China.
Yeah.
Right, so I went in his corner for MMA, and then Woody went with Brad as his corner in the kickboxing fight. Brad was fighting in a high level kickboxing fight, And then me and Adam came in on weight already, weighing in, so we showed up on weight. But then on fight day, these fucking guys, I wake up in the hotel and this guy is gone, and they had to go to the immigration and do some work permit shits for 4 hours. So they ended up coming back on fight day. They come back at 11 or 12:30, and then we got to go to the venue at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how it goes in China, yo. So if you up and comers, if you're living in some hometown, you think, yo, this, you want to travel and fight and you want to make your name out there on the scene, this is what's gonna happen,
Mate, fucking Brad has ground it out over the years. That cunt never shied away from a fight. Never turned down anything. Been there, wrapped his own hands.
Yo, he wrapped his hands that night. I got video.
Chinese guy to corner him.
I got the video of that shit.
I got zero fucks.
Wraps his own hands. He wraps his own hands. So
he wrapped his own hands that night, I think.
Yes, he did. I have that shit on. I remember Snapchat. I used to do the Snapchat and shit. And I made a little blog. I'm gonna put it on YouTube again. It's on YouTube now. But I'm gonna put that shit up again later. Fucking. I got him wrapping his hands, Borkow warming up backstage. I got you holding pads for him, warming him up and shit. Oh, now I did it too.
But yeah, it's fucking.
Think about this. He fought a 4th round.
Yeah, and then
how savage was that, bro?
He fought a fit fat guy. The guy was 85 kilos. Brad was probably fucking 80, maybe.
Oh my god.
Probably not actually. But
this was the most. I'm assuming.
Maybe 90 kilos. The fat cunt.
He was so fat, dog, but he was so good. He was fucking high level.
Yeah, mate, he was high level.
That was a good fight, bro.
It was a great fight, and Brad ground it out.
But I learned so much.
He won that 3-rounder, but the Chinese were
but then they want to make it close. They're gonna give you every chance they get.
But fuck it, yeah, he absolutely dominated that last round.
Fucked him up in the 4th round. He smashed him.
Yeah,
with the
probably angry.
Hey, it was worse for the Chinese guy, dog. But he faked the 8. Bam, bam. Oh, man.
Absolutely destroyed him. And they couldn't deny the win then.
And then what people don't realize is that, Brad's only been training MMA for like 4 years.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, probably grappling because he ended up fighting this guy in his second UFC fight that we just saw right now in UFC Auckland. And this fucking guy couldn't hold him down. He couldn't hold our boy down, and he put the fucking pace on him. That was a beautiful win, man.
Yeah, awesome.
That victory got me pumped. And he came out with the weigh-ins, came out with the kiwi feather on his chest.
Silver
that was, man, really, he's going to be a star, man. That's the next.
100%.
Easy.
100%.
Like,
that's what I messaged him at the end. I was like, fuck, man, proud of you. You're on the way to the top, like, massively. I was like, get ready.
And he had a name. He had a name ready in the bank. He had a name to call out in the bank.
Shit's gonna get crazy, man. Another 1 or 2 fights. Fuck, he's in the top 10, and then.
And I don't think with that lightweight, like, listen, you fucking lightweights are in big trouble.
Yeah, man. There's nobody that can fucking compete against his striking. No fucking way. You're in big trouble. And the cunt is strong.
You're in big trouble, and he loves to and you think he's a striker? He fucking took this guy down in the 3rd round. This guy tried to throw a spinning elbow. He put him on his back.
Yeah, it was a nice showcase of skills,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it was cool.
And bro, you've been with him from the beginning, man. So it was really, I think it's kind of crazy coming full circle, man. That's what there was a lot going on that week. I'm a pretty emotional guy, I keep my emotions on my sleeve and shit. But man, like, there's a lot going on that week. But I was like, at the end, capping off. I remember getting on the plane on the way back. And I was like, just thinking about all of it, coming full circle. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And
well, you haven't had to be around Fight Week, Brad, too often. So
we're just getting started.
You don't really fucking know, but
Fight Week, Brad.
I've had to be around the cunt a lot.
A lot, right?
Jesus, man.
I went with him we had that time in China, and then I got to corner him when he fought. We fought another China, and in
Manila, was it?
Oh, he cornered me.
Oh yeah.
So we've had a few, but I've always had but he's had to deal with Fight Week Emilio quite often.
Yeah.
I've had about 3 Fight Week Brads. He's had about 4 Fight Week Emilios.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up because I should be able to be the same cunt that he is, alright, dog? Why do I gotta be all fucking tough and shit? You know what I mean? I gotta be fucking a badass when I'm here. That's why I like bringing him to corner. I always fight good in front of Brad because I'm fearless. I'm in fear
of what
I don't want to upset him, dog. So I'm just like, I'm gonna fight my ass off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But we got fucked in Manila together, so we got that special bond.
Yeah, man.
Yo, we got fucked in Manila twice, dog. I got fucked in Manila and PXC, the best performance of I thought it was like my up to date, like my best all around performance, and we got fucked by the judges, and my PXC debut, and then fucking a couple years later when he fought K1 in Manila, I fought on the same card as him. Oh shit, we fought together, bro.
Yeah.
That was the rape of Manila, dog. Yeah. We got waxed. He got screwed in a decision in this K1 fight.
Yeah.
And then I got slept, dog. Took a little nappy nap, didn't I?
Happens to the best of them.
You know. and then we got there. So you went to we got to New Zealand a little bit early, so we got to really see the whole.
So you went a little bit before me, and I
went a week before. I was scheduled to go and get some. I was lucky. I was able to get a lot of training in, see how the boys work at City Kickboxing.
Yeah.
Man, that was something special. What a beautiful team vibe they got going on over there, man.
That's it. It's the culture and the team vibe, which is killing.
The culture and team
everyone
vibe.
Works for each other, and
everybody works for each other.
It's so good. It's so good.
And there's levels to this shit, yo.
100%, man. Yeah.
There's levels to this.
And the thing is everyone levels up. Everyone, and there's about 4 or 5 other people that could literally be in the UFC.
Yeah.
So it's like and they more than likely will be like Varke and John Varke and BJ Bland and a few other people, Carlos. These are all guys that are tipped to go in the UFC too. So did I say something about him?
No, I think he's just using the bathroom.
Oh yeah, fucking typical. But yeah, so it's so it's cool. It's a cool vibe over there. It's nice. I like Auckland as well. I like visiting it. And fuck yeah, I'll always be over for Brad's fights. Wherever he fights. I said that to him. Fuck, I'll break the bank to always come and watch you for sure.
Yeah, let's make it that our shit, yo. Let's become the fan wagon band.
Man, fuck. I was never missing Volks because we always knew Volk was gonna win.
That's another
Volk
one.
was gonna win the title. We always knew from the start. And I said, if you ever get that title shot, I'm going. And that's where it was. It was Vegas. I'd never been to Vegas before.
Fuck, that was your first time, right?
Yeah. So fuck it.
You were there for the fucking Volk fucking title fight,
so it's like, fuck, I've got to go. I was there. I was lucky enough to be there for Brad's debut at Melbourne. And obviously Izzy won the title then as well.
Mm-hmm. You went to Melbourne.
So I was there in Melbourne. So it's like I was back in the locker room with them all. So it's like, fuck, I've been blessed, you know.
Yeah,
it's the people you meet in Thailand and Tiger especially is why this place is something special. It brings a lot of fucking unique people together, and I've said it before, I've posted about it on Instagram and whatever else. Like, we all collectively are blessed to have met the people that we've and coached and trained with and whatever else, drank beers with and got into stupid shit with over the years. Like, the people that we've met, and then we've got relationships with people in pretty much every fucking country, you know. And
you can go anywhere in the world, and somebody's gonna pick you up and take you out for a drink somewhere. Yeah, right?
It's
take you out for a meal.
It's really something special, to be honest.
International players with a passport, baby.
100%.
That's a motherfucking hashtag of the decade, son.
And then we're gonna see fucking Quake eventually get that title too. So
he's gonna get hey, there's gonna be a time, you know, we can have trained with and been along, like there's gonna be like, it could be, there could be a time where there's, in the near future, there could be 4 UFC champs in the same like all of our generation, all of our people,
for sure.
From Valentina, Kai's ranked number 7 right now.
Kai, and let's not forget Dan. Like, fuck, he's making a run for that title now. And
then we still got to get to the main event. We're not even scratched the main event yet, but then we check this out with every weight class. We have Valentina in the women's.
Yeah.
We have Kai 125.
Yeah.
Peter Yan 135.
Yeah.
Who, like, there's nobody.
He was gonna.
These guys don't stand a chance, bro. You're all fucked. You're all fucked.
Yeah.
You got Volk, who's gonna hold the throne down at 45.
Oh yeah, he's
and then segue into 55.
Yeah.
Dan Hooker is. Man,
Brad.
after that performance, yo.
Yeah.
That was a sick. What a way to cap off the hometown main event. What a performance, bro.
Those two are hard motherfuckers. Him and Felder.
That was a real scrap-a-rooski, bro.
What a fight.
The thing about, I mean, we've always known about Dan, let's be honest. He's a tough fucking...
Dan's a killer, yo.
He's so tough.
Dan's a killer, dog.
Right from when he was fighting... Remember, we saw that video of him fighting some fucking heavyweight dude in the gym.
Yeah, just like bare knuckle, like backyard, just straight slugging, yo.
And it's just like, he's always been down for a scrap, always loved it, and always been a tough bloke. So
Dan is down for the war.
It's always hard to put Dan away. It's always going to be hard.
He's never... I've never seen him get finished, yo.
Nah.
He'll lose by some... Like, he'll lose by points and shit, but...
The ref had to step in and say, "Come on, mate, you've had enough." Like, Dan was never going fucking down.
He was never gonna.
He was hurting.
Have it.
So he's one of those guys that'll he'll fight to the death for sure.
Yo, what a run that he's been on too in the last year, man. Like, after that loss to Rosa, finishing Vic, finishing Gilbert Burns, getting the big and then the main event, bro. That crowd was nuts, bro. That was a crazy ass crowd. I heard some people saying that was one of the craziest crowds. For like a lot of the UFC people were saying it's one of the most rowdy crowds they've ever heard.
Well, it's the Spark Arena. It's because it's so like compact. It doesn't hold so many, and obviously it was a sellout. And then from there, everyone was just fucking backing. Obviously the hometown people, like, so it was just insane. It was such a good atmosphere. And it's funny how, like, they would back certain fighters as well. Like, Zub got a great...
Oh, really?
Yeah, Zub got, like, people were chanting for Zub.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, like, they would back certain different fighters and stuff, so...
So it was electric in there.
Yeah, so who knows if they've seen, you know, he was from Tiger or with Brad before or whatever, and those guys, you know, you just don't know, but... But yeah, so it's weird that but fuck, it was a good all round like atmosphere, and we had a Maori sat next to us, didn't we? There was fucking
snap! I forgot about that.
Chewing our ear off the whole fucking.
We did a hongi.
We had a hongi. Yeah, we had a hongi with him. Fuck, it was cool. He was like, "Hey, bro, have you ever had a hongi?" I was like, "Oh, actually, we had one the other day. We went to Paul.
That's right, dog. We did hongis in a stadium.
Okay, what's a hongi?
So it's like where you, it's the traditional greeting where they touch noses.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was, and he was like, "Have you ever had a hongi before?" And I was like, "Oh, actually, we did the other day." And I remember Kai's done it a couple of times to me as well when I've not seen him for a while and whatever else. But so yeah, he was just like, "Do you mind if we do it?" And I was like, "No, not at all, bro. Like, fuck, it's your tradition, you know." So yeah, we had a hongi. That's what I love about these trips and shit. You know, it's tradition and the culture and traveling to different places. It's
you learn
amazing
so much.
Experiences.
It enriches life.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Again, we've said it before. We're blessed to be able to travel, and even the China trips and stuff like that, which aren't the greatest,
but we make a good time out of it,
we
bro.
always
it's
make
the
it a
best,
good time.
It's the best times, man.
Yeah, we always make it
the
a good
worst
time.
times are the best times, yo.
It's the experiences, the fucking
It's about
stories.
the struggles, dog.
Those are the times you look back on and you look back on fondly.
Like, yo, when the rape of Manila, you know, now we look back at it and laugh, dog. It's just like, man, that was just a time of the past, dog.
But is it a little bit weird that I can't get a Chinese bloke standing naked with his foot up and karaoke playing in the background still out of my head? Is it strange I still have that picture?
That's gonna go with you to the day you die, dog.
Yeah, right. Fuck. But yeah, Hooker, man, fuck, great performance. Felder again.
What?
Also,
A 5-round. Oh, man.
What a title fight! Like those two. I hope he doesn't hang it up because Felder's got so much to give still.
Yo, that post-fight speech fucked me up, man. He was like trying to retire. He's like, I just want to go. I want to see my daughter.
Yeah.
And then we know that Dan has a daughter who's just about the same age. You know, like 'cause I remember when he got her pregnant, like just out, like because they got married here in Thailand. You know.
Yeah.
But man, Dan is such a cerebral dude. I remember training with Dan back in the day. He used to help me out a lot in the beginning of my career too, man. When I was fighting in PXC, when he was here, he used to like write up. I have a fucking piece of paper that he wrote up a game plan for me, like keys to victory. He wrote up a game plan for me for some of my fights in PXC. Broke it down for me. Boom. We used to chill in my room in Bangkanam, you know, like old school, man, back in the days, and like just, bro, he was always just such a cerebral, like real thinker, like man, just a beast of a fighter, you know, like, and that was when he was fighting at 45.
Beast of a guy, you know. Just I remember
it's like class act, man, family
guy. The tryouts, he did it. He was already obviously he was already sponsored. He was in the UFC by this point.
Let's explain that.
Yeah.
The Tiger Muay Thai tryouts.
Yeah.
This guy, he was already on the team, and he wanted to prove a point.
Yeah. So he turned up and he did the tryouts.
A UFC fighter, already signed and everything. Already signed. Already had 2 or 3 fights in the UFC, and then did the 2000, I think the 15 or 14 tryouts.
15, I think it was. So maybe 16.
Oh yeah, because I did the 2013, and we took a year off because our year was so sick.
15 or 16.
Yo, our year was so ill, we had to take a year off. Just letting you fucking busters know the real shit.
Yeah.
And then he did the 2016.
It was 15 or 16. I'm not sure whatever it was.
15. Anyways, he did it. But he was already in the UFC, and he fucking smashed it. Did every session with a smile on his face.
Yeah, and just
unbreakable. Wasn't having it.
Yeah, but Volko did it as well. Volko was there, just fucking chilling around. He just fucking jumped in on it. Fucking Roger did it. It was like
everybody. Yeah, we were all fucking getting involved, man. That was great.
So it was cool. It was cool. Got a funny story about that with Brenton Mumford as well.
The Combat Wombat. They stole his name, dog, but I fucking...
I'm gutted about that.
We named him that shit a long time ago.
I know.
So, yo, Brenton, you're still the Combat Wombat in our book.
And also Brad was the soy dog originally. Brad Soy Dog Riddell.
Really?
Yeah. And then top team brought the soy dogs out. Yeah.
And I started Technique Tuesday, dog. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, bro. And you think I'm crazy? I fucking started that shit. Fuck you, everybody. I was the motherfucker. I don't care what you say, dog. You can look back at the first Instagram post ever. I bet you I was the first one to do it. It was 15-second clips. Maybe I got that shit on somebody else subliminally, but I'm pretty sure I did it, dog. All right?
We'll go with it.
But stole the show in the main event, and you know when he took that, so Dan Hooker's in this fucking cutthroat main event with Paul Felder, and then he takes it at the last round, takes it with a takedown, and you know what I was thinking when he hit that takedown in the last round, like the last 2 minutes, and got on finish on top, pounded him out. I was like, yo, when we saw them do the spider workout,
yeah,
and their last spider before the fight week. And I remember
I was
Brad,
a little bit late for that, if you remember.
I remember Brad hitting those double leg take. I remember, Dan was hitting those double leg takedown. Because all the boys, when they do the spider session, it's a conditioning session. They do 3 rounds. Everybody's like a fight gone bad. I'm not gonna give away no details. Y'all don't need to know what it is. We got the inside scoop. We learned. We know. I've done a spider or 2, but. Usually do however many rounds your fight is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So Brad and Kai did 3. Dan had to do an extra 2.
Yeah.
But I remember in the last round, he was hitting those takedowns, dog, and he was screaming, I'm fucking boom. I'm double legging everybody to the ground super hard in the 5th round, like this surge of like warrior spirit. And I was like, this motherfucker's ready, bro. I was like, there was no way. I was like, bet the house on Hooker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he got that same takedown. He got that takedown on the spider in the 5th round. And he named that same takedown and stole that fight in the 5th round in the Felder fight.
Yeah.
That's one of the 3 things I saw with the boys. They all had a smile on their face in the last round of their fight. Just shows to credit to Eugene and all the boys at City Kickboxing how hard they grind, how hard they work, man. Yeah, those guys are working harder than everybody, man. Like if you think you're working hard, you better keep working, bro. Because the champs. The current middleweight champ, the current featherweight champ, and the soon-to-be lightweight champ, they're working, bro. So
100%.
That was beautiful to see, man. Learned a lot. I can't wait to use that into my next camp. You know what I'm saying? And like to learn from that and to take it on and just know what's capable, man. That shit got me pumped up, dog. I got goosebumps, man. Like watching these boys. And he stole the main event, stole the show. 3-0. They hit a 3-0.
Called out Gaethje. That's it.
And called, who the fuck calls out Gaethje?
I know, right?
That was sick.
No fucker wants to call out Gaethje.
And Brad Riddell called out Alex Hernandez.
Yeah.
So they lined themselves up nice for the next fucking nice paydays, nice fights. They booked another fight for sure. And
Gaethje's not one to turn it down. I don't know about Hernandez or whatever.
He don't want that shit.
He definitely doesn't want that shit. But
homie, you get fucked up. Okay, but my boy would fuck your boy.
But he might take it.
Yeah, if he has to. He don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want to see that name come in the email.
Yeah, fuck.
Right.
So it's
who do you got up? You got anybody coming up next?
Who have we got? Khalil Roundtree. He's fighting soon. And then who else have we got? Marebek's.
Marebek's back in camp. Has he got something lined up, or I see him? He's getting ready.
He's getting ready. He's.
Have you guys been getting your sessions then?
Yeah. So we're he's still.
Maribek likes to train early, huh? What time do you guys train?
Fucking hell!
You guys are training on that. You guys are training on that Women to Warrior schedule, aren't you?
We're early. The boys are up early. Yeah. It's still dark in Thailand. That's how early it is.
Oh.
And there's loads of cards coming up. Fuck, we've just had Perth announced.
We gotta get Volkanov was announced. Or it's kind of. I think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be there.
I think that's where it's gonna be.
Holloway.
How could it not be? So that means we're going to Perth, yo.
Shevchenko's on that card against Calderwood.
Yo, we're going to Perth.
We're going to be, wouldn't surprise me if Taffa's on there. Wouldn't surprise me if Brad's on
there. I hope
there.
Kai gets on that card too, yo.
Fuck it. It could be a whole...
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody again. Maybe not Dan this time, obviously.
Yeah, he might need a little break. He needs a little bit of break.
Well, maybe, but he'll be...
Rest up.
If he gets Gaethje, he'll be main event
somewhere. 5 grinder. Yeah, that'll be a main event.
So
that's be a good main event. Or maybe there could be a good co-main event on a big pay-per-view. He can co-main event like a big John Jones and get those pay-per-view points. You know what I'm saying? Get that pay-per-view cheddar, baby.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then we've got a bunch of people fighting on different promotions and stuff like that we're training and whatnot. So it's cool, mate. It's a cool time.
It's a good time to be alive, baby.
It is. It's really good.
We got the microphones. You know what I'm saying? We got the new setup, the Honey Badger Hour. Yo, I'm excited that you were our first guest on the Honey Badger Hour, Woody. On the Honey Badger Hour podcast, Woody.
I'm also
because this was a good one, man.
Yeah, this was amazing.
I got a good feeling about this one, yo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What time we rolling at, JP?
We are at about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, and we beat our record. We just been going, haven't we?
Hey, before we go, because I know you boys are fucking gonna cut us off soon. Pull up that photo one more time.
Let me see that stud. Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? Right?
That, ladies and gentlemen, that's my strength and conditioning coach, bitches.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago and a couple of kilos ago. But Yeah.
All right, so here's the goal, dog. We're gonna have you back. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna book my next fight in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be working with me, having me in prime form.
Yeah.
Okay. And then me and you are gonna be looking very similar. About halfway through camp, we're gonna have you back on.
Similar
to talk about training.
Similar now?
And I want you to look.
Because if it's now, I'll just get you on the piss now.
And me and you, I want to be looking closer to you, and you got to get looking closer to you.
I'm on my way.
I want to be back to that wood.
And also, before we leave, just quick shout out. We mentioned it earlier with the t-shirt and that. Francis and her husband wore Watanana.
Give a shout out to War Watana.
If you can see that, I'll move.
War Watana.
So these guys are doing amazing things up north. Basically fostering kids, bringing them in, like having them fight Muay Thai and giving them a way out. That I didn't realize that drugs are quite rife up that way in the province.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't realize how it's ruthless, and I never knew that, and I don't know why. I just presumed everything was all gravy up in the rice paddies and whatnot. But
I had no idea either.
There's a lot of drug use and. So these kids are kind of being fostered by Francis, and she's just looking, and her husband, and her husband away a lot as well, obviously earning money. He's at our friend Ryan Diaz's gym in Canada. So he's a good trainer.
Really?
And, Muay Thai fighter before. So he's over there.
He's in Canada with Ryan?
Vancouver.
Yeah, he's in Vancouver.
He's at they got the whole squad out there, bro. They got Lobster Cron out there.
Yeah.
Stu's out there.
Yeah, so they're killing it.
Oh, wow.
So Diaz Combat Sports.
Yeah. So Francis is pretty much there, a lot of time. Not a lot of time, but times on her own when her husband's away earning and stuff like that, and she's running the ship, and she's running a gym, and she's fucking driving the kids to fights and Bangkok and here and there and so I think they've got a GoFundMe page. They want to build a house with accommodation and stuff like that in.
Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll put
how do we find that GoFundMe?
Yeah, so it's if you go to Instagram, it's at Watana. I think we'll have to put it, if we can put it up somewhere.
Yeah, okay, we'll put it in the description,
we'll put it in the description.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, they're doing great things, and she's just.
And this is Loma's manager, right?
This is Loma's manager.
This is Loma, who put her in charge. Put her in charge with George. Put her in touch with George.
Yeah.
Help pay the way for Loma to get to the UFC.
Yeah. So she's cool. She's a nice girl. Talks are fucked on, but I'm kidding, Francis. But yeah, she's awesome. So and then. She's with the kids as well. She also mentors them with the money and stuff. So when they fight, she'll keep it rather than letting them just fucking spend it willy nilly and put it into banks for them.
Hell yeah! Teach them how to manage money.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of times these Thai fighters, like any fighter, doesn't have the guidance.
So
I know how it's.
She's giving them all guidance. She's basically fucking rearing them all, and it's. She's a busy woman. So any help is much appreciated, I think, up there. So yeah, just a quick shout out.
Good
and
stuff.
You also have with any other plugs you want to give before we close the show, dog? We got our. We have our CBD company.
We do have our CBD company. It's just coming up. Visvera's Nutrition.
Visvera's Nutrition, guys.
Visvera's CBD on Insta. Visvera's CBD on Facebook. But yeah, so. Visvera's, that's my kind of training company, and it stands for Strength, Power, Improvement, and Influence. Nice. And we just carried it on into producing a CBD product, because CBD, I know it's kind of a buzz right now, but we actually set this up well over a year ago, me and my business partner George. Big Jug.
Big Jug.
Big Jug.
Big fan of the Big Jug.
But yeah, we wanted to, again, help people pretty much. So we invested in a product that is going to fucking do shit rather than just a load of bullshit. So I'm sure everyone's heard of CBD at the moment, and it's kind of a buzz thing. But yeah,
I've been taking your CBD oil. Yo, I don't sleep, and unless I smoke a lot of weed, I can't fucking sleep because I'm crazy, dog, and I got I'm running a different energy system. But ever since I started taking your CBD, I don't even need to smoke weed, dog. I could just take your CBD and I sleep like a fucking baby all throughout the night. From the time, you know what I'm saying? Never have to wake up if I when I usually have to do, or it's hard to fall asleep. So it's been a game changer in my training regime.
Yeah, so it's cool. We produced it obviously as well, so that everyone can take it. So it's not got THC in it and whatever else.
Boom, exactly right.
I won't plug it too much, but it is what it is. It does what it says if you need to research it. But yeah, besides that, just plugging you boys on the old fucking podcast. Well done. Well done.
The Honey Badger Hour. Hey, we fucking went to New Zealand. We came. We saw. The boys dominated.
We didn't stay out late because there was nothing open.
We were in bed every night, dog. Hey, shout out to Ben Solis, dog. Remember when we met up with the Big Ben at the end of the night, bro?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, man. He was enjoying himself. I was just caning water. I needed water. That was after fucking charging you around in a fucking shopping trolley half the night.
If there's anything I learned about Big Wood from being in New Zealand, is the man can drink and the man operates on water, dog.
Yeah, I think everyone that knows me knows that. Fuck, I've been on major nights with George and Brad and whoever else and wherever, and I'm like, I need water. I need fucking water.
Woody loves a good water, doesn't he?
But yeah, we're good.
All right, guys. So that's our. What are you thinking? Anything else?
I think we're good. I mean, fuck, I could keep talking for fucking
ever. We can go for days. We're going to have you back, man. We're going to have you back. Repeat customers. Whenever we have a UFC for Loma's next fight, the next fighters coming up, we'll have you guys on. And damn, boys. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Woody, thank you so much for being our first guest on the Honey Badger Hour.
On our new setup.
Our new setup,
I like
which we might not stick with because it took a long time. This is actually
free beers, which is great.
Free beers. So when you come on the Honey Hour, when you come on the Honey Badger Hour, you're gonna get some free brewskis and a free smoke of whiskey. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Pick your poison.
If you smoke some trees, you can pick your poison, dog. We got whatever you want. But this is our kitchen table, and we don't know if we're always going to move our kitchen table from the kitchen to the living room.
Fuck, I'll do it on the floor next time. So, we're good.
My boys, this was a good podcast. I'm excited to release this puppy.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Let's do this. We'll see you guys next week for episode 6. Holla!